Hey YouTube, long time seller here, and I want to go over what sold this weekend. I'll tell you what, I'll start off on the topic. I had not a customer. I had somebody comment on one of my YouTube videos where last week I had purchased a bunch of AT&T branded clothing from the bin store. So I got the stuff like really cheap, like 80 cents an item is what I ended up paying for it. But anyway, somebody responded in the comments of, why are you buying that? Only nobody wants a shirt with AT&T on it except for an employee, and stop buying junk, basically. So anyway, in response to that, and normally I don't respond to videos other than in the comment section, but this one, it got me to thinking, like, many people don't realize the potential for different items that will sell out there. And I bought that AT&T branded clothing because I was targeting AT&T employees. AT&T employs 141,000 people. They do 15,000 new hires every year, and of those new hires, is a 90% turnover rate. So each year, I've got a potential of 15,000 new customers plus 140,000 existing customers. That's why I buy branded clothing, because my intentions are not to sell to the public, because nobody wants an AT&T shirt if you don't work for AT&T, but AT&T employees want branded clothing because all their coworkers have the clothing, and you're a new hire and you're coming in and you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt where you want to look like everybody else, you want to fit in. That's why I sell branded clothing, and that's why I sell company logo polos, or not polos, but shirts and vests and sweaters, and not just AT&T, but McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Home Depot, Amazon. I sell a lot of Amazon logo clothing on eBay. Walmart. I sell a lot of Walmart branded clothing on eBay. So the company shirts with the logo Walmart or Amazon. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that, and maybe broaden your view, and don't immediately dismiss because I'm buying this that it's junk. Because let me tell you something, over the last 5 years, I have sold in pre-owned clothing 7 figures. Okay, so if I'm buying junk, I'm not sure how I'm getting to 7 figures buying junk. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there and just broaden your horizons. Think outside the box. Not everything is structured. You need to think, every time you see something, what is my potential customer base? And that's what the deciding factor for me is. Overall, the condition, the color, the shape, the size, things like that. But the deal is, what is my potential customer base? Now, I'm not buying Joe's Muffler Shop in Texarkana, Texas, because my customer base is 3 or 4 employees. Well, that's not a good business decision for eBay. But AT&T, with 141,000 employees, 15,000 new hires every year, with a 90% turnover rate, that's a good customer base. And I'll take that, and I'll take those numbers every single day. And I'll tell you what, let me get you started off showing you what sold here. And I'll tell you what, I'll start off with the AT&T clothing I sold, because I sold 4 AT&T items this weekend. The first one, AT&T vest, logo vest here. I sold this for $15 plus customer paid for shipping. This AT&T branded sweater sold for $17 and customer paid for shipping. I'm scrolling through because I'm just picking out the AT&T stuff. Okay. AT&T logo t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, $11 and customer paid for shipping. And remember, I paid 80 cents a piece for these items, so I will take that profit all day long. All right, AT&T gray jersey. AT&T logo gray jersey, $15 plus shipping. So as you can see, just this weekend, I sold 4 AT&T items that I paid 80 cents a piece for an average cost of about $15 a piece plus the customer pays for shipping. So that to me, those are good numbers, because I'm looking at volume, and that's why I bought that AT&T stuff. Alrighty, so let's get back to the what else sold here. All right, I got a. Let me find these things. I got them all. I pulled everything, and I had them just sitting here, and I actually had pulled more items than I thought I did. I still got a few things to pull, but I got a few hard goods, some shoes that sold. But all right, we'll start off with a Caribbean lightweight floral shirt. Sold for $15.19 plus tax, or plus shipping, I mean. All right, a Sydney Opera. This is a vintage t-shirt for the Sydney Opera. 2003 Sydney Opera House. That sold for $18.99 plus shipping. All right, Quicksilver. Brand new shirt, men's medium, $15 plus shipping. Real lightweight shirt here. All right, I bought this, got this picked up at the bin store at the same time I picked up that AT&T stuff, and this is a navy parka. I sold this for $35 plus shipping. Don't pass up your military clothing, but if you sell military clothing, remember it needs to be more than 10 years old, and you can date them. A lot of times inside the tag, they will have the date on it, or the pattern of the camouflage, or the style of the utilities or clothing or whatever will tell you if it's old enough. So government policy, you can't sell, you're not supposed to sell clothing or military items less than 10 years old. So all right, this is the AT&T vest here. I'll show you that one here. Well, I'm not going to focus here too good, am I? So there it is, the AT&T for 15. The AT&T for 17. All right, some Goodfellow gray Linden shorts here. Lightweight shorts sold for $13.50 plus shipping. Go through the shoes I sold here. All right, Mercury Racing. Picked this up last week. Sold it for $19. Ooh, let's see if we can get that to focus there. $19 plus shipping. Dallas Cowboys Golf Club. This is Dallas Cowboys has a golf club here in the Metroplex and Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I sold this for $13 plus shipping. Here's the other AT&T that I already showed you. A Huck, HUK Fishing. I picked this up at the bin store. This one was heavily stained, as it's got a lot of stains and marks on it, so I sold this one cheap. This one went for $9 plus shipping, but I picked it up at the bin store for 80 cents. So Huck is a very, very good brand. All right, here's a vintage Spire California shirt. Sold this for $18.99 plus shipping. That was a bin store find as well. All right, a Rip Curl lightweight shirt here. Sold it for $14.24 plus shipping. Texas A&M, my college shirt. I always sell my college stuff here. $16.24 plus shipping. I must not have pulled that one. Oh, right, here it is. Yeah. TCU Horned Frogs. All right. This is a newer tags. I picked this up at a thrift store. Sold it for $20.89 plus shipping. Peter Millar Southern Comfort. This has Cabo de Sol logo on it, and this sold for $18 plus shipping. All right, Eddie Bauer. This was an Eddie Bauer shooting shirt. It's got the pad on the shoulder for cushioning yourself, and I believe the patches on the elbows. It's a shooting shirt. Sold for $18 plus shipping. All right, this is a Donald Ross golf polo, and this has a Fossil Ridge or Fossil Creek golf course logo on it, and this sold for $13.50 plus shipping. All right, here's a vintage Texas State disc golf. I don't know if you're all familiar with disc golf, like frisbee golf. I used to play it when I was younger. But anyway, this is a logo, championship logo here. Sold for $18.99 plus shipping. All right, here's a pair of women's bib overalls. Universal Thread, not a big brand, but I always pick up the coveralls. These bib overalls, denim bib overalls, they always sell really well for me. They're sold $15.72 plus shipping. All right, this is a Daniel Cremu signature plaid shirt. sold for $14.24 plus shipping. And an Engine Tech logo, sold this one for $9. Now, this shirt here, I picked up about 80 or 90 of these shirts. It was an engine show, as a car show they had locally, and these were the leftover stocks, and I picked these things up for like, I think 40 or 50 cents a piece, and I have like 80 or 90 of them in assorted sizes, so I took the $9 on that one. And a pair of trampoline socks. Now these were from one of those trampoline parks where you go in there and you pay to play on all the trampolines and stuff. I picked these up at the bin store. I picked up about 70 pair of these, and they're in packs of 6. I picked up about 70 of those at the bin store, filled a cart up, and my cost on these was probably about 60 or 70 cents each, and I sold this for $13.29 plus shipping. So, all right, now other than that, I sold a few hard goods, a few shoes. I was clearing out some old inventory out of my warehouse, and my other warehouse I'm trying to scale down a little bit. Not scale down, trying to downsize. I have too much personal junk in my other warehouse, my fishing stuff and tools. But anyway, trying to... So I've been selling off some of the hard goods, some old tools that I don't use anymore since I retired. But anyway, that's what sold this weekend. And remember, don't overlook logo polos, man. Just when you see logo shirts, you see a shirt with a company logo on it, think about how big is that company. What is your potential customer base there? Because people that work for a company, they like having that logo on them. They like to, and especially a new hire. A new hire wants to fit in. A new hire is hungry to fit in. And a new hire doesn't have the money to buy their brand new stuff, but they do have the money to buy something from me on eBay. All right. Hey, well, everybody, you have a great day. This is 2025 kicking off right in the middle. Summer slowdown. Like Tech said, he's not seeing it. I'm not really seeing it either. And I'm going to do a little video coming up on the summer slowdown. All right. Hey, everybody, have a great day.